Right now, a national crisis is unfolding in real time. The 2025 government shutdown has brought parts of the country to a grinding halt. And the things you see here, the impacts on travel, on food, on people's finances, well, that's just the beginning. This is a story with huge consequences for millions of Americans.
This isn't just about politics or budgets. At its heart, it's about real people and the very real pain being felt in households all across the country.
So, to really get a handle on what's going on, you need to understand this. We are in the middle of the longest government shutdown in this nation's history. And that word, limbo, it's the perfect way to describe the uncertainty that's affecting millions, from federal workers to families who just rely on basic government services. So let's dig into that human cost, right? We're going to look at three main areas where this shutdown is hitting people the hardest: travel, food security, and of course, the financial stability of federal employees. Okay, let's start with a number. Over 1,000. That's how many flights have been canceled so far. We're talking stranded passengers, chaos in airports nationwide, and it's all rippling outwards. And why? Well, it's a direct result of the shutdown. And this slide really breaks it down for us. See, the Federal Aviation Administration, the FAA, they've had to slash flights because the air traffic control towers are critically understaffed. I mean, it makes sense. Fewer controllers means fewer planes can safely be in the sky. And that leads directly to the massive delays everyone's dealing with. And look, this is more than just an inconvenience. It's a direct hit to the travel and tourism industries, and it's costing them millions every single day.
All right, here's another huge number for you: 40 million. That's how many Americans depend on food assistance programs like SNAP. For these families, this shutdown isn't just some headline on the news. It's a direct threat to their ability to put food on the table. So this is the question, the one that 40 million people are asking themselves right now. And that's a question that brings just a ton of stress and anxiety into homes, as families are left wondering if they're going to be able to eat. So how did we even get to this point? Well, it's been a total legal roller coaster. First, a federal court said, hey, you've got to make the full payments. But then the Supreme Court stepped in and put a pause on that order. The result? This absolutely vital lifeline for millions of people is now stuck in this legal and political limbo. And of course, right at the heart of all this are the federal workers themselves. So many of them are still required to show up to work, but they're not getting paid. The pressure is just immense. I mean, think about it. The bills keep coming, right? Savings are just disappearing. And now many are being forced to search for second jobs just to make ends meet. So with all these people hurting, you have to ask, why? Why is this even happening? Well, the answer is a political deadlock in Washington that's brought so much of the country to this grinding halt. Okay, let's break this down. It's pretty simple, really. On one side, you've got Republicans pushing a funding proposal, but they just can't get the votes to pass it. And on the other side, Democrats are digging in their heels, saying they will not approve any deal unless it also secures funding for healthcare. For them, that's a non-negotiable. And this really just sums it all up, doesn't it? You have these incredibly strong, clashing demands. No deal versus funding now. You've got both sides completely dug in. And the result? Yeah, total government gridlock. This whole political mess, it's not just about individuals anymore. It's creating a ripple effect that is now threatening the entire U.S. economy. We've moved way past just a political fight. This is now a huge red flag for the economy. And get this quote is from the administration's own top economic advisor. And that's a pretty chilling thing to admit. When your own experts are saying, hey, this is way worse than we thought, that's a serious, serious signal that things are getting pretty severe. And that's the key thing here. Time is running out. Every single day this shutdown goes on, the financial risks just get bigger. It's almost like this slow-motion car crash for the economy, and economists are warning that the longer it continues, the harder it's going to be to recover. So that brings us to right now, to this very moment, a nation just waiting. And honestly, there's no clear end in sight. From the travelers stuck at the airport to the family wondering about dinner, millions of people are just waiting. Waiting for a breakthrough, waiting for some leadership, waiting for a solution. But as this historic shutdown drags on, the only thing we know for sure is that we don't know what's next. So the real question is, how much longer can everyone just wait?